What up, everybody? Excuse the noise. Try to talk a little louder. Try to talk over my little noise I got going on. It's been a while, and normally I've been trying to write these videos, but I figure I could do this one off the top of the head. This video is going to be about what is it? 3 MVPs, 3 titles. It's about the OKC Thunder, Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and James Harden. It's one of the biggest fumbles in basketball history. I mean, James Harden left the Thunder, went on to become one of the most dynamic scorers the league has seen. Westbrook and Durant actually took the Thunder deep into the playoffs on many playoff runs. Westbrook became a triple-double machine. Durant became automatic. I mean, these 3 players in any other era where the ownership would have been like, kept them together, they would have went on to at least win 2 by themselves. So what happened with this crew? Well, the first one I want to blame, or first blame to be tossed around, is to the OKC Thunder. That year, they let Harden go for cap space, that a cap hit that wouldn't even hit them until like the next year. They didn't want to play the luxury tax on 3 future MVPs. That was one of the most dumbest decisions ever. It took them, I don't know, about 15 years to win a title after that. By giving up James Harden, it took them another 15 years to even get close to a good team, and they only got 1 title after that. Imagine if they kept them all together, Serge Ibaka too, and that team would have at least had a couple runs, definitely would have got to the championship at least 4 times, and would have gotten at least 2 out of that, because that crew would have really gave the Warriors a run for their money, because that team was put together well, except for certain things. But I think with Ibaka playing defense back there, the other 3 players could have got away with the lack of defense that they have shown that they just don't do. But I'm going to get into that. So the first fault is to the cheapness of the OKC Thunder. You don't draft good, get great players, and don't pay them. That's what you get them for. That's why you draft them. So you keep winning. You draft them young, you keep them around, you get good players. Stupid, silly stuff. In my opinion, the one player who people give the most flack, but actually kind of is the one that they should leave alone a little bit more, is James Harden. James Harden never really, as a young age, he didn't go far into the playoffs. Just at one time. Was he on that team? I think he was on that team. That one time they lost to LeBron. Yeah, he went deep one time, got his heart broken like you're supposed to. And he never got a chance to kind of see, hey man, this is what I need to do in order to become a winner in the playoffs. Yeah, he drops off in the playoffs because he never learned what it took to go to the next level. Mainly playing defense. He's notoriously not play defense. He's played some of the weakest defense you will ever see. But, I mean, to me, once he became like this offensive juggernaut, it's like, yo, put some defensive players around me. They did it for Allen Iverson. They do it for a lot of players. Like, put some defense around this dude, because he's not here to stop the perimeter players. His focus was never, I'm going to go after their best player, and I'm going to make sure that I take them, out the game. He never did that. So what happens is you get a player that dominates on the offensive side of the ball, but once the playoff starts, it's like, where does he disappear to? And he doesn't really disappear like that. It's just that you're playing against better teams, and you're playing against them when they really, really, really are trying. A lot of these teams are not really trying. Game 7 of the NBA season, they got like 80 something more games to go. 70 actually. That's not the point. The point is, why play defense in December? Why play defense in January? The reason you should is so that you can have your defensive mojo going by the time the playoffs come around. But if you was never had that heartbreak consistently with like coming in knowing that you are the team to beat, and then you get beat, and you get beat because your man was scoring on you and you was just letting them go by, and your whole team will be looking at you like, bruh, come on, man. And I think if you had kept those guys together, Harden would have played a little bit better defense because he would have seen that, yeah, I can control the team, but I got to take this point guard out or we ain't going to win. It's just, that's something he never learned that he needed to learn. And without him learning that, yeah, you see what happened when he went to Cleveland. Donovan Mitchell wanted to fight him in the tunnel because he felt like, bro, what are you doing, man? How we up 20 something and we blowing games? And the way you blow games up 20 is bad shot selection, first of all, but second of all, letting them score. And that's a defensive thing. If you don't let them score, they're probably not going to come back from down 20. You let them only score 15 or 30, and you score, some points as well. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. It's not that complicated. But you never learned that skill. So that's the OKC Thunder. James Harden. Now we'll move on to what they call him, the Slim Reaper. That guy. The only reason I don't give him the most flack out of this situation is because the boy can shoot. He really can shoot. He suffers from the same thing James Harden did. It's just that we know he can score without foul baiting, without anything. That boy can score the ball everywhere. Long distance, short distance, dunking on your center, especially in his prime. He's getting old now. But in that prime, he was doing it all. And it's like, why wasn't he able to carry the team over the top? Guess where we're going back to? Defense wins championships. I know it sounds cliche, and I know it sounds like, why would you expect that offensive juggernaut to waste his energy on defense? And it's like, it's not a waste of energy. It's not. You play both sides of the ball. You don't get taken out like football. You play on the court the whole time. So defense is a part of that. You have to play defense. When was the last time, when did you ever think that, or see that Durant was going to go up against somebody and he was like, oh, this is going to be a matchup. Durant going to be going back and forth with blank. It could have been LeBron. It should have been LeBron. Because, yeah, you are offensive juggernaut, but you ain't trying to make sure LeBron don't score 30. You ain't trying to make sure LeBron's assist total is not 7, 8. You ain't trying to make sure his offensive output is lower when he faces you. Why not? I've never seen or even thought I can't even imagine a situation where Kevin Durant put the clamps on a player. Not even a scrub. Like, it's not like Kevin Durant took out somebody who was making even 5 points a game. He never made sure they scored 0. I never seen him shut nobody out. We never even thought he would. Nobody's ever said, yo, Durant's playing and he's going to play such and such ain't going to score because Durant going to put it on him. And so in that instance, yeah, your offense is great, but your offensive output has to increase drastically in order for your playoffs, in order to have success in the playoffs. Because you're not stopping nobody. Why are you not stopping nobody? I don't know. I would have thought, though, that with the way the Thunder was going up and trying to win, that he would have learned. But as he was trying to go through that process of trying to win and losing to Golden State, losing to the Houston Rockets, losing to the Spurs, that he would have said, all right, I know what I gotta do. I gotta work on my defense for like the last couple of years of my 20s, early 30s, and at least get some blocks going. And you really don't see a lot of players become defensive minded madmen in their early 30s. Like you playing defense when you come in the league or you just never play defense. And so I don't see a situation hypothetically where Kevin Durant says, okay, I'm in my late 20s, early 30s, I'm going to just start playing defense. I'm really focused on it. I know I can shoot, but I'm going to try to shut these cats down now. I don't see that happening. But that is what's missing from his game. If he would just have some type of slowing the other players down, best players down, making it hard to score in the paint, anything. The boy is 7 foot tall, and has he ever averaged 2 blocks a game? I don't have a stat sheet in front of me, but I know that I'm never scared of driving on Kevin Durant because he's down in the paint. Nobody's ever said that. So you got the guards go crashing the paint on you and everything, so it's easy to score on you, bro. And it always has been. It always will be. It's just at this point in his career. So yeah, he went out like a sucker. Yeah, a lot of people said that, and then you have to say that because it wasn't just that he went to the team that beat him. It wasn't just that he went to the team that was 73-9 the season before. It ain't that he even won a championship before that. Is you went to a team and did that whole thing after calling LeBron a sucker. Like, bro, have some self-respect. Respect your words. You said that's a sucker move to go after chasing championships and stuff, and then you're gonna go out there and chase the championship. He will never be known as the dude that doesn't have a ring. He got final MVPs on them things, But I give more respect to LeBron's 8 championship visits, runs, whatever, how many he had in a row. And though he lost like a bunch of them, I give more respect to that because he never just kept going to, he never told nobody, first of all, that this is a sucker move. And second, he never went to what was considered the best team in the league. At least he tried to put some pieces together around him. LeBron's most iconic play, one of his most iconic plays, is that block shot. It's always going to be on his highlight reel that, he did this. And a 3-1 comeback and all this good stuff, but his block shot is what's going to go down in history as one of the best plays he's ever had. Where's Kevin Durant block? Where's his steal? Larry Bird had a steal. Where's Kevin Durant steal? Where's his block? Take a charge, son. But because he can shoot, he's always going to have a job. He'll have a job until he don't want to play no more. But he ain't going to win with him because he don't know. He too old to play defense now. And this is when he should be playing defense because now it's like you should have a little weight on you and you just stand up. Guards should be scared of you if they go to the paint, but they're not. But the most egregious one, I hate to completely give him more hell than everybody has ever given him, is Westbrook. Westbrook is one of the, I don't want to talk too bad about the player, but I'll just put it this way. He's a bonehead. He's a bonehead. He really is. I mean, he plays hard. He got a heart of a champion. You want that guy with that motor on your team. You want him to rile y'all up. You want him to always be on go mode, play 150 miles per hour, up and down the court, all over the place. Same thing though. Where's his steal? No defense. No defense. He's not shutting down the other guy's perimeter player. He's just not. He never did. He never stayed in front of nobody. He never, angled him. Nothing. Never. I mean, I think he used to drive him into Steven Adams, but he still was not known as a defensive juggernaut. And the worst part is he had the athleticism to be that. Of all 3 players, I think he's the most athletically gifted. And it's why is he not stealing the ball and getting easy shots for, the team and everything? But that's actually not his worst attribute. Because him not getting steals and stuff, I mean, he playing against some of the best basketball players in the world at this moment. One's the best ever played because the guard play in the NBA right now is insane. Like for real. Like every team got a good guard. They're fast, they can shoot, they can dunk. Anybody over 6'6", 6'5", them boys is out there rolling, you know? So you can't really get too mad and be like, why didn't you stand up with your athleticism? Because you just was not more athletic than the players that you played against. But that's not his problem. His problem is you don't know how to play point guard. He made some dumb decisions with Durant. After Durant, I kind of understood because like he didn't really have nobody to play with. But with Durant, the boy would come down. We've seen this. Durant comes down, gets the ball, shoot, 3-point. Durant come down, shoot, mini, boom. Durant come down again, shoot, 3-point. He done scored like 8 points, 9 points. The next 3 shots, here come Westbrook shooting threes. Why? What is your point? Like, why are you shooting? When I played street ball, if somebody made 2 in a row, hot hand, give him the ball until he missed. If somebody making 3 and 4, you know Durant can shoot. Why are we not passing him the ball almost immediately after he's done hit? Let him miss first. And then you take a shot. You take over. Matter of fact, to be honest with you, why is Westbrook shooting in the first 3 quarters? Why aren't you getting everybody else the ball? Westbrook should have been averaging over 10 assists. Not because, he's trying to go for the triple-double, but because he's trying to get everybody else involved. We know Durant gonna score. You pass the ball to Durant, he gets you 30. We know that. But the game ain't to 30. We need more points. Westbrook can get you 30. The game ain't to 60. We need more points. Where you gonna get these points from? They gave away Harden. Where we get these points from? So that's why you make sure everybody's involved. And so at the end of the game, when they're playing double team on you and double team on Durant, they're like, make Steven Adams beat us. Well, if Steven Adams been shooting this whole time, yeah, he gonna hit a couple of jump shots because he's in rhythm. And then towards the end of the season, because he's been getting shots throughout the season, yes, he's going to be able to help you in the playoffs. Now y'all are a multifaceted monster offensively. So the worst one was Westbrook. It always was going to be Westbrook. Because why would you play like that and still not play defense? Like, I don't mind you stealing the ball and coming down and jacking a 3, because you probably should have dunked it. But yeah, you play defense. You stopped them from scoring. So do what you want with the ball. But you ain't getting no steals. You ain't getting no blocks. All you doing is running out saying, hey, man, Durant just took 3 shots. I want to take 6 shots. Why are you shooting? You can't shoot. You know what I'm saying? You ain't making them. You ain't Steph Curry. So stop shooting. Pass the damn ball to somebody. Get the open man. Drive and penetrate. I should have been the first team to drive and kick to 3-pointers in this new era of 3-point shots. Should have been the first. Westbrook drive down to the basket, kick the ball out, rotate around. It's probably gonna wind up in Durant's hand. Yes. Another 3 points. Let's bring it back, baby. Play some defense. I hate to sound cliche. I hate the cliche that defense wins championships. But lack of defense definitely does not win championships. You can't just not play defense. You're going to have to play defense. So what we wound up with is 3 MVPs, 3 rings over the course of 20-something years. Probably like 60 years if you add them all together. Ain't that something? Peace out, people.